everybody, it's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. Some nut wants to come and look at this. I have it up, very expensive. I have it up for $8.75, which is, you know, a lot for this. It is, you know. But I power washed it yesterday with one of the power washers that I fixed. Can you believe it? The pump works. So now I'm going to take this to the garage because the tubes that came with this have a slow leak. Can't sell a tractor for $8.75 and have flat tires. So I ordered 2 new tubes. And this one kind of has some air, but it has a tube in it, so, you know, it's tough to get all the air out of a tube, you know. So it's soft, but not completely flat, you know. So I'm going to bring it to the garage and take off both wheels, which is very easy to do on the fronts. And just stuff a couple of tubes in there. And then maybe use some automatic transmission fluid and wipe her down. So this has been sitting here for 2 weeks or less, right? I just disengaged the fuel shutoff. Let's see. Cold start. Right. Cold start. First time in 2 weeks. Test. Ooh, 1 or 2. I forgot how to ride this thing. Had to remove this because I can't get through the gates with it on. This thing makes noises. I don't think that's going to make it through. I'll just park it here. Jack this sucker up and get the 2 wheels off. Of course, we're riding around with it. Hey, took it off the bead. One less thing I have to do. So, I've got the tractor jacked up, yeah? I'm going to show you rookies how to remove the front wheels off-road tractor. It's really quite easy. Now, most of them, at least if they're in good shape, they have some kind of cover, whether it be rubber or plastic. This is plastic. The Craftsmans have the rubber, you know. So you just, you know, you almost always trash this thing by the time you try to get it off, because there's no real good way to get it unless you have like a tool or something like that, you know. But you just kind of grip it somehow, you know, the easy for you to say, Henry. The vice grip kinds are better, you know. Yeah, that was pretty easy. That cover is to keep the dust and the grime and clippings off of that greased area. I should really put on some gloves because, you know, with all this grease and stuff, it's just going to be yucky, you know. Anyway, you just take a screwdriver, and it's a C-clip, right? So you put it on the part where it's not... This might not be a C-clip, actually. I don't want to bend it, but there's usually a tab here where you just go like that and pull it out. But this is not one of them. This is very unusual, actually. Are you ready for this? I don't think I've ever had this kind. Is this... Oh my god. Is that a cotter pin that's bent? If it is, I hope this is not stock like that. It is. This is a cotter pin that's bent in. I've never had one like that. Well, this is a lot more difficult to take off. Frankly, I think it sucks. It's not even moving. Oh, maybe moving. There. See that? It's a bleeding cotter pin. But anyway, I mean, it's still easy enough. It's easier than removing the wheel off your car, you know? Cotter pin. And that's a washer there. Grab it, take it off. I don't want to grab it. It just slides right off. That's it. That's how easy it is. And you try to break the bead to get the inner tube in, right? So usually you want some long screwdrivers and stuff that, you know, you just go like this, and maybe you can step on it and break it, you know. Some people also, there you go. See how easy that was? And now you have room to simply just stick your hand in there and stuff a tube in there. You know, I don't think there's a tube in here, so. Yep. This is a tubeless tire. It has a leak. But the tire seems like it's in good shape, so sometimes if you just clean the sides, you know, this part here, because this makes a seal, and if you have like, if you get a flat and you drive around with it, and the bead breaks, right, the seal, and you're still driving around, and all this debris, grass clippings and stuff goes over here, right? Then you try to pump it up again, but then there's debris stuck in between the tire and the rim, not giving it a good seal. It'll continuously leak. So being that I'm looking at this, it doesn't have a tube in it. It's a tubeless tire, right? The tire is in good shape. There's no dry rot or anything, you know. I'm thinking that because it was flat at one time and it was driven around a little bit, there might have been some debris and stuff getting in between the seals. So I'm thinking if I just clean out the seals, right around here, just take a towel and just with water and just wipe around it and clean it up, right, on the sides here, that if I just pump it back up again, I bet you it won't leak. And that'll save me a tube. I think that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, so I've got a spray bottle of water. And I'm just going to spray around here. I put on gloves because it's messy and dirty and your knuckles would get full of grease. So I'm just gonna go around here, and it's dusty. It's like grass clippings, dry grass clippings here. So I'm just cleaning the seal of the tire. And just rubbing my hands around it, feeling that there's no like sticky substance making like a bump or something. Because a little bump or something will cause it not to seal right, you know? Okay, so that's clean. Now I want to get the rim, the part where the tire meets the rim. I want to clean that too. Doesn't have to be like surgically sterile that clean, but you know, pretty good. So I'm going to hope that this bead holds up and I could just like push it and get air in there. So I've got my air compressor on. I'm just going to try to put air in here. Holding. Now I'm gonna spray some water around the rim and see if we have any bubbles. This side looked good. Doesn't look like there's any little bubbles coming out at all. I think this side's good. There's no leaks coming out the side at all. And while I'm at it, see if there's some kind of pinhole leak on the side walls. I don't see anything. You look around the tire, are there any obvious punctures or holes? The best way to do this is get like a huge bin that would fit this wheel, fill it up with water and submerge and see if you see any bubbles popping out. That's the easiest way, but I don't really have a big bin full of water right now. So if I could, but this will work. Just want to get the sides and see. Looks like I saved the inner tube. Oh, I might as well show you. Just got this yesterday. Bought it off of eBay. I'll tell you how much I paid, okay? I always get the cheapest price. You ready? So I got 2 inner tubes. Brand new Dong-A inner tubes from the Dong-A Rubber Company. I guess. Made in, of course, China. These are size 4.1/3.56. So, 6 is the rim size. 4 is the profile size. Or 3.5 is the profile size. The 4x10 is the width.
one of those. Alright, so 2 of them. Okay? I bought 2 of them. Brand new. How much did I pay? What does 2 6-inch rim inner tubes cost? Brand new. Shipped to my house. 2 of them on eBay. $13.75. That's a good deal. That's like $7.12. Wait. It's been a while since college. $7.67. Point something over. That's a pretty good deal. But I just saved $7.67 because this seems to be good. So, I will just reinstall this onto the tractor and do the other one. It's got plenty of grease on the axle. It's in good condition. Make sure you mount it with the valve stem sticking outboard for you boaters and airplane enthusiasts. Outboard, not inboard. Here's that greasy washer. I gotta find the hole. Okay, I know where the hole is. Gotta find the hole, guys. Stick the cotter pin back in the hole. Stick it in. Bend the cotter pin so that it doesn't come out. And that'll be good enough. I mean, it's hard enough to get it out when it's straight. You know what I mean? Oh, but you have to bend it enough so that the cap goes back on there. That'd be a pain to get off. And then just... Ouch. Supposed to just clip on the washer, you know? You know what? This cotter pin's still sticking up. Why can't they just put a C-clip on here? There we go. Oh, it should go on there. There we go. See? There you go. Told you, see? It's a messy job. And do the other side. Make some room for me. See, this is missing the cap. So when it's missing the cap, all the grease is gone. So while it's less messy, you got no grease. Oh, and here's a shout out to Doug Leap again from Doug's Mowers and Blowers in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He bought me a grease gun a little while back, and I really appreciate it. I haven't been able to get around to finding a cartridge for it, for grease, and honestly I don't really know how to use it either, you know. I don't think it's that difficult. Just put a grease cartridge in there, as long as I don't manage to screw it up and put it in the wrong way or something. I did that once. I put it in backwards and grease just spilled out everywhere. Actually, I was wondering if my friends at Lucas Oil Products, because they have this thing called red tack grease or something like that, cartridges, maybe they can send me some of those. Save me a trip to Home Depot. Then I could feature their grease for their grease guns. There you go. There's the pin. It pulls right off. Now here, I'm going to show you. Well, actually, see, I thought these had tubes in them. I don't know why I thought that. But as you can see, this is a valve stem that's on here. So, but as you can see here, this has cracks in it, not like that other tire. You know what I mean? So, let me just pump this one up, right? Let me pump this one up and see where the cracks are. That's probably a better test. So we're back at my air station. So I'm not going to spray any water around the rim yet. I just want to see if there's any leaks coming out of the side bead seals. Let's hope it inflates, because if it's not like touching, the air is just going to come right out the side. Like so. Unless you give it a push. See, I just gave it a push and it's sealed. So, I just filled it. Okay. A little bit more in there. Alright. So this is the back. This is the inboard part of it. Let's see if there's any air coming out of the side seals here. And because this tire is damaged because it was probably flat and it sat somewhere for a long time, baking in the sun or the cold or whatever, and that, it being flat, it bends the sidewalls, and when it bends the sidewalls, it just cracks, you know, and deteriorates over time. There's no bubbles coming out of here, but here we're going to look at these cracks over here, where the tire was sitting flat for a while. The dry rot, if you will. As you can see right here, leaks coming out of the cracks. So if you wanted to make this perfect, right, you'd have to put a tube in there. You guys see the air coming out of the cracks? You see movement, right? There you go. That's a good shot. So the air is just seeping out of the cracks. Trust me, guys, I've dealt with tires a lot. I've tried slime, Fix-A-Flat, Tight Seal, my own home brew where I would take coffee grinds and antifreeze and tried it. You know, take antifreeze and coffee grinds, take the valve stem out, stick it in there, put the valve stem back in. Didn't work. I've even thought about Flex Seal. You know that commercial on TV where the guy coats the bottom of a hole in a boat and he drives around with the boat? I've tried. I wanted to try Flex Seal, but for that you'd have to take the tire off and then stick your hand in there with the can and spray the sidewalls. That's. Have you ever tried taking a tire off a rim? It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, this is not going to work, right? Especially since I want to sell it, you know, can't give a guy, you know, leaky tires, right? So I'm going to have to break this seal and put a tube in it, which sucks because it's not fun, especially for the smaller tires. There's almost no room for your hands to get in there, you know? So I'm going to break the bead. Well, first I'm going to get air out of it, then break the bead, and then stuff that inner tube in there. So I'm going to find the stem, which is on this side, and inside the valve stem is a little valve. This is a valve removal tool. Comes with most kits where you repair tires and stuff. You just stick it in there and remove the valve. Don't lose it. Get the air out of here. You're never really going to get all the air out because look, once you push all the air, what does it do? It sucks air back in again, right? So let's try to break the bead without killing myself. Sometimes you just step on it. There we go. That was easy. And look, if you step on it like that, look how much room you got to stuff a tire in there. Put on a glove because it's messy. I'm going to take one of my new inner tubes. Alright, this is confusing because I did this last time with my boy Andy. When I put it in, it looks like the valve is right here. You can stick it through this hole, right? But then once you inflate it, it ends up on the other side. So I'm thinking, is the blue, if you do the blue on the side that this comes out of, I don't want to inflate it again because once I inflate it, it looks like it's right in the middle. Wish they had instructions. So if I inflated it, this looks like it come out that side. But then if you do this, no, I think it's like that. All right, you know what? We're going to do this. Since there's a blue mark here, they put a blue mark there for a reason, right? I bet you the blue mark means the valve will go on the side of the blue mark. What do you think? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Does that make sense? Otherwise, why would they put the blue there, right? There's no blue on this side, so this has got to be the side that it doesn't stick out of. Blue means side with the hole. I bet you that's what it means. We'll find out. First, we've got to remove this old thing here. Just get a pair of wire clippers, see? Put this around to show you. I'll step on it so you can see the end here. So I'm just going to clip this in half. Just like that. Then get the other half that I didn't clip and get ready to clip it. Hold this so it doesn't fall in. And there it is. There's the other side. These things are pretty cheap, you know, so instead of trying to yank it out and trying to save it, just clip it. It's these are very cheap. $4 for $1 or something. But of course the tire changing places will charge you like $3 for one. Hey, everybody's gotta make money, right? I'm gonna step on the tire. I'm gonna stick the stem through here. And I'm just gonna tuck it in. Tuck it in. You guys like my Indie windows? Whose windows? What are you talking about windows? Mind you, I don't have this in yet, but it's about tucking it in first and then wiggling it in there to get it proper. Like I said, the rear rims are easier because it gives you more room to put your fingers. The smaller the tire, the tougher it is. You don't want to pinch this stuff either. You know, you don't want to use like metal tools and stuff to push it in, because you'll definitely make a hole in your tire that you just spent $767 on. Looks like it's tucking in pretty well, pretty easy. Just moving the tire up and down, stuffing it in there. You know what I mean? Fern. See? Push down while stepping on the tire and lifting the tire so that kind of sucks it in there. This is a pain. I mean, I've taken as little as 5 minutes to do it, and I've taken hours to do it. What am I going to do? You know, what am I going to leave it like that? Can't leave it. All right. Looks like I got most of that tire in. Just the part here where the stem still sticks here. I'm going to put a little bit of air so it kind of pushes out the sidewalls. And do not ever allow this stem to suck back in. Because if it's partially inflated and it sucks back in, you'll never get it out again. Guaranteed. I just put a little bit in just so that it kind of moves around and doesn't fold. Take out the fold. And there we go, see? Once I inflated it more, that sidewall came and sealed it. And this, I think, it was right, because the blue line was telling you that the stem should be on the side of the blue line. If it wasn't right, this thing would have sucked back in because it was meant to go on the other side. But it didn't suck in. It's still here. See? It's tight, too. I think I got it. That was... Uh-oh. See, it's kind of sucking in. Uh-oh. I don't have any more air in my tank, but I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go! I'm going to plug this thing back in with one hand. Come on! Come on! Yes! I think we did it. And that didn't take much time at all, right? Did it all on camera, too. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. As long as it holds air. You know what I mean? See? There you go. There's a tube. 776. See how I did that? Use the wall of this rim to push it in like that. That was cool, huh? Just thought of doing that. That's it. Yeah. We just fixed 2 tires. Cool, huh? Pretty good. You can tell the guy probably ran into something. Cowling's a little bent. It's okay though. Here's a true test. It's like armor rolling your car. Armor roll doesn't stay on forever, but for the time being, it makes it look really nice. Nice and shiny. ATF actually stays on there pretty well. It's not as greasy as motor oil. That looks nice. Wow, you're selling that for $8.75? It looks brand new. I'll take it. You see what I'm talking about over here? This is what I'm talking about, man. Something so freaking easy as ATF fluid. Look, that's all you gotta do, you know what I mean? What's the big deal? It takes you 2 freaking seconds. You know what I'm talking about? Get out of here. You're freaking crazy. So today, you prepare a lawnmower, a lawn tractor, to be purchased by somebody, or at least for it to be seen by somebody. You make a good impression, make sure that everything is in order, such as, yes, that's right, me spending $7.67 on an inner tube, so that we ensure that there are no tire leaks, so that when the guy comes and looks at it, we don't have flat tires, you know what I mean? You make it presentable by making it look nice and shiny, and work it out. If the guy doesn't buy it, oh well. I still have a tractor that's not good, you know? It doesn't have flat tires. Looks nice and shiny. And maybe if it didn't look this good or had flats, the guy wouldn't make me an offer. Maybe the guy says, "Oh, would you do $7.50?" I don't know, $7.50? Okay. Yeah, $7.50. I'm giving you a deal though. Considering what I got it for, right? What did I get it for? Oh, that's right. I got it for free. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Got too many things already. When you're showing this to somebody, you gotta have the full bagger system on. Even though I gotta take it off to get through the gates. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? So today,
install and sell, then I'll be there all day.
Just sold my Craftsman LT1500 to James from Ronkonkoma.
Actually, Dix Hills is what she knows.
Dix Hills. All right. Sad to see this go, but I gotta let go, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Stay
nice.
married.
And another one. Leaves, mowers, and blowers. I'm gonna miss you. Right, Boba? Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also, follow me on Instagram at mowersblowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next one. Have a great day.